So let's go get this stupid fucking thing.
Does a failure like end in you dying, or
no, you just get hurt. Nah,
like that?
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
I get hurt. I lose 5 health. Luckily, it's not a permanent one because there's some that you like lose, like you permanently have less health.
Yeah.
And I get a fucking sword. I guess it's better. So.
Really? Is that what you're going to do?
The rusty axe sucks so hard that you don't even keep it, so you can't even sell it later.
Captain of the guards.
Okay, so this is a new situation.
This guy's an asshole. I thought it was.
Yeah, he's a huge asshole. Trust me, he's the worst. And he calls me an asshole.
Yeah, he's like, you're an asshole. I never saw much benefit in helping people. But you, forced to play this game, you're the biggest ass. Alright.
Here, take my mace and end these monstrosities. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a holy mace, so it has, like...
It does extra damage against undead?
Yes. Which we're not fighting. Or, no, I guess we are fighting that.
Thank you, D&D.
Good job.
Yeah. Also, blunt weapons are really good against skeletons, so...
What?
Yeah, did you get...
No, I mean, I figured. That makes sense.
Yeah, because, I mean, with skeletons...
I wasn't serious, guys.
There's nothing to stab.
Yeah, so you have to smash.
So you have to smash. Yeah. When I, my last Pathfinder game, I was playing a Cavalier? God, I can't remember the proper pronunciation now. Whatever.
Cavalier.
Cavalier. I rode a horse.
It is French.
Well, I rode a camel. And I had a
even though I think
javelin.
the French call it cavalier. I'm not sure. That might be really wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. I had a javelin and a sword and a crossbow. And the first 3 encounters were all skeletons.
Ah.
Yeah, so I was kind of fucked. And I was using the javelin to whack them over the head because it was slightly more effective than stabbing them with it.
So
Joust, not javelin. Joust, not javelin.
I guess you could throw it and hit them, and it.
No, it wasn't a joust. It was a javelin.
Oh,
my bad. I'm sorry. It was a joust, not a javelin. I said that backwards twice.
Yeah. Okay. So he let me keep the mace, and there's a bunch of undead. So
yeah.
More of the. He's headed back to the capital. Report this to his duke. Watch your steps, friend. There's some more powerful at work than these skeletons. The card's token is now yours.
So we get to continue the story when we play another game.
Cool.
Because like whenever I go through at the very end of the game, whether I die or not,
stairs.
Like if
the epicness continues.
Even if I die, I still get that token.
Yeah.
And so then even if I have to replay this boss, what are you doing?
Yeah, fine. I was just looking at something.
Even if I have to replay this boss, then I can fucking still get that card instead of the other card.
Yeah.
Oh yay, the maiden! Woo! So, oh yeah, she's a fairy.
Is that why she's riding a unicorn?
Yes.
Is it the last unicorn?
Aw, we've been watching that movie.
We've been watching that movie.
Let's see, should I get,
I have never seen it, so.
Let's ask for supplies. This bread will sustain you for many days.
Well,
yeah, and so then
you gave us apples, but alright.
Like, I mean, I gave...
Is she okay?
I gave Mr. Lionel bread, and he took my apples, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, here's some bread. He's like, thank you, I'll take these apples. You're like, okay. Not the apples.
After we took a break from watching it, because we've been kind of watching it sporadically, oh god, I have to cross the river. Yeah. Let's do it.
Huge success.
Yeah, that's where you get like a special thing.
It's like I was crossing the river and I tripped over a giant pile of gold.
Essentially, yes.
Light armor makes the crossing relatively easy. You reach the other side, cold and wet, but unharmed.
Yeah. So I didn't get the token.
Oh.
Because I didn't get the huge success. But
like, I'm keeping it then.
Yeah.
It's mine now.
Yeah, and so then I have to...
Counting as a tip.
So yeah, and then I shared the way that people hunted unicorns chase, and he was horrified.
Yeah. I didn't know about the fairy tale. Do you want to explain it again?
Oh yeah. So unicorns. The idea is that the dead king falls.
They're drawn to innocence or something.
Yeah, they're drawn to innocence, and so the idea is that they would get young maidens. Okay, let's try to take them by surprise. They would get young maidens to sit out in the woods, and the unicorn would come up and lay its head down on the maiden's lap, and then this hunter would come up behind it and fucking stab it. Yeah. And that's how they fucking killed unicorns.
The other one didn't make. The other version of it didn't make as much sense. Yeah. Where like she was innocent, and she would slit its throat. So this was like seems kind of like if you're dark enough to slit something's throat after
especially something that's like
it just bared its throat to you, and you're like slit. Like it doesn't seem like you would actually be innocent. I feel like if it could track innocence to begin with, it feels like it'd be able to pick up on that. But you know, I may be reading into it too much.
Yeah, but anyways,
I like the hunter version too much, a little more.
Yeah, so then the hunters would follow it, and then they would try to stab it, and sometimes they would get away.
My wife is right, and he falls over.
Yeah.
That look on his face, like,
oh god, she was right. I should have gone into real estate. But okay, cool. So yeah, and then sometimes they would get away, and then they would send their dogs after them, and then that's whenever I explained that unicorns are also really fucking brutal, and on top of like all these images of like maidens like with unicorns' heads resting on them and hunters stabbing them in the back, like in the flank. Mm-hmm. There's also a lot of pictures of unicorns like just completely like running people and dogs through that were hunting them. Like really fucking brutal. So yeah. Little known facts about unicorns?
Yeah. The more you know. You thought they were cute. Much darker. Then again, that's how a lot of fairy tales are, like just like Grimm's fairy tales and everything like that.
Well, and just simply
before that,
fairies. Like holy shit.
I always thought they were like...
As a pagan, you don't want to fuck with fairies. Like, don't do it. I have so much respect for people who practice fairy magic. It's... they have to be really careful.
Dark.
There's certain things like... Okay, so... No, it's not worth it. So, there are these little types of hobgoblins called brownies.
Brownies.
Yeah. And
delicious.
They're super cute.
Yet evil.
And they come into your home and they start cleaning your house. Oh god, devil's choice. I like this demon.
Lies as often as he tells
Thanks, Death.
So he dies a lot?
I don't know.
Or he's honest?
He lies as often as he tells the truth.
He lies as often as he tells...
So he lies half the time and he tells the truth half the time.
Okay, sorry. I read it as live. He lives half the time as he tells the truth. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I think I would rather take the 2 rather than 3. Anyways, what was I saying?
I feel like it's a high risk, high reward kind of thing.
More skeletons for you to deal with.
It's like it's skeletons versus humans, and I think the skeletons don't go down as easily. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, brownies. So yeah, brownies are really cute, and you're really blessed if you have them in your house because they clean for you, and they're like super cool and everything. However, never fucking name a brownie, or else it'll turn into like a K. I forget what that's called. It'll turn into a different type of fairy that is extremely mischievous and like kind of violent.
So you just call it brownie?
You don't call it anything.
You just don't acknowledge it?
You don't acknowledge it. You can say the brownie, because you're like not naming it.
The brownies?
Yeah, the brownie.
Oh, the brownies were about...
Yeah.
Okay, that seems easy. What about mentally? Can I think it? Or is it like thought crime?
It probably isn't, because they follow you. So if you end up with the evil kind, it will follow you, even if you leave the house. Generally, brownies will stick to one house.
Yeah.
But those kind will follow you.
I'll just call them the brownies.
Yeah, the brownies.
Alright, the brownies were about here. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It seems like I get away with that as long as I go, hey, Nicholas. Oh, damn it! It's
The
just
maze
like, what
of
did you do?
traps? I've never had this one
That's all I
before.
could ask for.
Yeah, sure. Why fucking not?
Welcome to the maze of traps. Would you like to enter? Yeah! I just run in.
This
It's like,
sounds fun. Oh, I hate these though.
is this like it's like Splash Mountain or something? It's like is that there like that
Traps,
Disney
like-
World
Traps like
Purple?
the muscle groups.
or very effeminate men? I like those. That's all right.
Okay, so I need to remember how.
Nothing wrong with that, Jack.
Now we
I need to
begin
remember how to roll. Okay, nope.
The
Is it
arena
A?
itself will
Oh,
D.
yeah, it's A. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
beware
It's often A.
Right, I just.
Eh.
Bless you. This is so much easier than in the fucking.
With the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the controller's a little bit better. Luckily, you can hook up most controllers to your.
Yeah,
You
but
rolled
that's.
right into the
ouch.
fire.
Yeah, I did.
The fire, it's fierce. It's hot fire. Ooh, pots.
Yep, I can break the pots. Oops. And I totally missed the
I
pot.
feel like I wouldn't even touch pots ever in a place called Trap Dungeon.
Yeah, these don't actually break. You can, like, push them around, but that's about it. Ah! Okay. Okay.
I think on this one, I would just crawl. That's just me.
There's a lot of shit on the, like, floors, though.
Oh, is that it too?
Yeah.
No, I mean like on the ones that shoot spikes across.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not like they're fucking targeting you. They can only shoot across.
Yeah.
That or they'll run out eventually. Just
show you a great
Damn, 25 gold.
is that pretty good?
We rich.
20 gold. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
30 gold. Is that good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright,
We have
cool.
128 gold.
Can we just buy this whole band now?
Can we just buy the whole deck? Can we become death?
Yeah.
I want to be death.
Cool. I want to die. But it turns out he's playing for his life.
Oh,
it's
well,
just a
shit.
He's just. I mean, technically, it could totally be you talking, not him. We don't know. We don't actually see his mouth move.
This is true.
yet in no natural
But if you're playing the old
wrongness, an error.
mage gypsy man for his life,
And you're death. And you're just like, even though he talks about how he's like, well, I guess you're right. Yeah, never mind. He like moves his head though. And he's,
some people like to move their head. Some people
Like,
are
when
maybe
he's
he's just
talking.
sassy.
he's a sassy player.
Whatever.
Okay, well, there's Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Ooh, should I tell stories about the jack-o'-lantern?
All right, jack-o'-lanterns, jack-o'-lanterns.
So, there was once a man named Jack.
Oh, I remember this story. Keep going.
There was once a man named Jack who, let's see, it wasn't the will of the wisp.
Oh, this is going great, buddy.
Sorry, I have to, like, remember it. There's multiple stories that are very similar that are...
Yeah, I heard a similar story, but I don't know which one, who is it pertains to. Probably should look it up first next time. Oh well.
You know, fuck you. I'll just tell the one that
Did
might
you kill
be...
Jack already?
Yeah, I already killed Jack. I just need to kill his minions. They're
That one I
actually
was
very
straight up-
brutal.
You
Or,
don't say.
not brutal. Brittle. There we go.
Brittle.
They're brittle.
They're brutal. I guess
They're
they can.
brutally
I guess-
brittle.
I guess they can. I guess they can be.
Wow, we're just doing great
yeah,
with this whole talking
I guess they
thing.
can be both technically because they.
They're brutal and brittle. Yeah, look at me.
What is in your head?
It's my hair.
No, it's like a giant gold ring.
It's my hairband.
What do you have a giant?
Because shut
It
up.
looks heavy.
Fashion. Okay.
Looks like it weighs 20 or 30 pounds.
I've roused the dead.
Now our wager becomes more interesting.
It's heavy. I'm just saying. You're gonna talk about
So the landlocked lubber.
I pose.
Interesting.
That's alliteration.
It is very good. So Jack was once a thief and a terrible person in lots and lots of ways. He was a trickster and stuff. And one day, he was walking through the woods when he came across the devil, and he decided.
As one does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a terrible person, so you know he the devil was like, you're gonna have to come with me to hell, and he's like, well, how about we have a little wager for it, and he's like, I bet you can't climb this tree, and the devil was like, oh, really? So he climbs a tree, being the stupid fucking devil that he is.
Yeah.
And Jack...
Satan's just stupid.
and Jack carves a cross in the bottom of the tree, and so the devil can't get down.
Huh.
So he demands that... Or he won't let the devil down until he promises not to take his soul.
Uh-huh.
Years later, Jack lives a really long life of pilfering and manipulating.
Debauchery.
Yeah, exactly. And...
Queen of the Dust.
Oh, cool. So now we're gonna fight the Queen!
Queen of the Dust.
The human queen. And so years later, he lives a long life, and he eventually passes away from natural causes. But he's too evil to go to heaven, and
Satan won't take him.
And Satan won't take him because of all the stuff he does. So
Fuck
Satan
yourself on
instead
that one.
gives him a light, and gives him a lamp that he puts into a gourd, because at the time it wasn't a pumpkin, it was just like a gourd.
Squash.
Yeah, basically. And he's like, here you go. Now, just have fun. And so then...
He gave him like a coal that never burns out or something.
Yeah, well, no, that's actually Will.